this is Joe.
Yes.
Joe Bruno. You are the director of the Philadelphia Junior Solar Springs.
And we've been running this race in Philadelphia since 1994
So
for
for-
5th to 8th grade students.
Right. And so for somebody to participate, they're going to purchase a kit. Can you tell us where you get these kits?
So this kit is from Pittsco. There is also another kit, Solar Made.
Mm-hmm.
Solar Made has solar panels like this that they can buy for their kit.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Pittsco solar panel.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsco's kit is a little more complete. It comes with the balsa wood for the chassis.
Which you really don't have to use if you don't want to.
No, you don't. As you can see, this car has a metal chassis.
Right. Okay.
The car cannot be bigger than 2 feet long, 1 foot high, 1 foot wide. Okay, and
You have to carry a can.
the length of the track. Each one of these cars carry the can.
Well, yeah, so you got 2 cans there, but you're saying the first can is the cargo holder.
The cargo holder, yeah.
Right. So your cargo is a Pepsi can or a soda
That's
can.
well, this
12-ounce soda can, juice can.
Yeah, the
whatever.
cargo is the can, the 12-ounce aluminum can, and this one is a canister of breadcrumb is the cargo hold.
Is where, yeah, inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Clever.
So,
And this one has a clear
yeah.
cargo holder.
Solar panel of this size, or the the one motor, and to be stayed hooked onto the track with your can on board the length of the race. You have to stay hooked onto our guideline, which is just fishing wire. The length of the track. There's no steering mechanism on these cars, so it's real simple. The wheels turn, and the guideline's just what it is. It guides the car down the track. And you can see this is a metal chassis I made from something out of my biology lab. It allows you to fasten larger, CDs on your power axle. Once you do that, it gives you a bigger option of what kind of gear ratio you want. Along with the chassis, you get a bunch of gears with the Pittsco kit. Some of the gears have a small hole in the middle, and that's for the motor. Sandpaper, simple sandpaper. Because you really want, all this plastic is molded plastic. Even your gears are molded onto here, and you're going to want to, wherever that attachment is, you're going to want to sand that off. Gears with the bigger hole would go on the axle. Because we're here to build a fast car. Now, this is a good time to tell you that we have other awards than speed for this event. We have artistic merit. This is a really good chassis, balsa wood. It's light. It doesn't, there is a little play in it. Your chassis is going to be your foundation of your car. Your axles will be attached to it through the bushings. Your motor's going to be on it. Your cargo compartment's going to be on it. Your clips. We try to poke a little rectangular hole in the chassis. The first 2 marks you have to make are across the grain. Otherwise the wood will split. It's splitting, but it's not splitting now, which is good. There it goes. Yeah. So you just want to do those cross cuts first. You make it across the grain first. And then when you come down the length, it shouldn't split. And these kits from Pittsco, they come with 2 balsa wood with every kit, and they also come with instructions, but their instructions do not give you room for a can to put on it. That came out really good, right? Now, in general, they're smooth. Yeah, I don't see any sanding necessary. These also come with their own treads, and this is the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The kit comes with that.
Yeah, this comes in. And the technical term for this is broccoli rubber bands. Do is we want to put together our axles. We're going to have a power axle and we're going to have the non-power axle. On your car, you want to make sure your axles are parallel to each other so they work together in unison to propel the car forward. If they're not parallel, they're going to fight each other.
Yeah, the crooked, the wheels won't be straight in
Yeah,
line.
right. So we use a square to do that.
Yeah, very good.
And the way to do that is to use the same side of the chassis, your base of the square on.
Good.
Because
That's a good idea.
if you use this side, let's say, and then
Good
this side, if you use that side and that side, there's no guarantee that these two sides are parallel.
Right.
Right?
Good.
So you use the same side, draw a right angle to that, and like you give a little space for where the tire's going to be, the wheel, right? The wheel will be out here, let's say. You're only going to want to sand this portion down. Plastic to be able to spin freely. You do not want to sand this axle wherever you're going to have your gear attached to it. The gears don't get glued on. They just fit very snugly, and I have a nice way to put that together. It's going to do two things. It's going to hold your axle in place while it spins, right? And it's going to keep your tire from rubbing up against the chassis.
Okay.
So this bushing, when it does get fastened to the chassis, has to stick out a little bit. Now, it's got to stick out a little bit more for these. If you look at this plastic where it's going to be affixed to, it's actually inset to the rim of the tire, of the wheel. Graphite. Graphite is the lubricant of choice.
Ah,
I remember you interviewed one kid. Oh, I put graphite all over the place.
yeah, yeah.
He
Graphite
was
is
so
a-
excited. He won
Yeah.
the race, and he was, yeah, what's your secret? He said graphite.
So graphite lubricant
Yeah.
between the bushing and the axle.
I mean, this is.
So the purpose of all these is just to have the kids experiment? Why do they give you so many different?
Because you can use different size tires. Or the power axle, if you want.
10-tooth gear on the motor.
Yeah.
The bushing in the wrong place?
Yeah, they don't leave enough room to keep the tires from rubbing up against the wheels from rubbing up against the
Chassis.
chassis. Yeah. So you think we got it? A skateboard test. Skateboard test.
Oh.
See how straight it goes. Yeah, it stays right between the lines.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
These wires do not come with the kit. So this is something, you just go to the Home Depot and it's called doorbell wire. And you can buy it in bulk, and that's the cheapest way to get this wire.
Right.
This is a pretty dirty,
Or you could just take a cheap file.
because you want some of the solder
Yes,
on
you
the,
do. Yeah.
right?
Yep. That's important. You have a little puddle on the end of that.
Yeah. This is not doorbell wire. This is a stranded wire, and I'm just twisting it so I can ensure all the strands are part of the connection. We don't want to lose the strands. And it also helps threading it through the leads coming off the motor. Leads, but they tend to get in the way. Yeah, I mean you can wrap them up with
It would be any longer than you need.
right.
This keeps the wires from wiggling.
One of these
tabs
so
on the
he
motor.
can see how this rolls great. Let's glob some glue on here, you know, so they don't move. You know what I mean? Make them sturdy. We're gonna have the motors face or the leads facing up. I like to come in and see just like so it engages here, and then you can see how it rolls and it moves, right? You see the gears, and as I move closer to the axle, now you see the motor moving. I kind of eyeball it and I look at where the shaft is, and I'm like, okay, put a little glue there. It takes a while for the glue to. A short while for the glue to dry, and then I try to find it. Because then you can add more glue, but you gotta get on there before
Right.
it starts hardening. Because glue started hardening, and so now you can take the motor off. We gotta do it again.
Okay.
And this is why this is how the oh, you can take care of that later. Get that motor on there. They look parallel. I mean, if you look at this space between the motor face of the motor and your gears.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Yeah. So, and it's not going to roll as far because now you got the drag from the gears. That's good.
Yeah.
These get put on after, all right? Get a glue joint higher up on the motor. And you do the same. You glob some glue in there and just wedge it in there, trying not to adjust the position of the motor, and you're done. I want to push this in a little closer. I got to do it like not on a flat surface.
So we're here in the sunshine.
All right,
Look at that! The inside of the motor has magnets, and magnetic forces repel each other and spin. There's no gears in here.
Cool.
Light energy you can with this solar panel, and converting it into this electromagnetic energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, it's transferred.
Yeah.
So if it's a cloudy day, we use this battery pack. Have this touch switch when then the cars go as soon as you release the pressure on the switch. These leads go down to the motor leads, and they're powered by 2 AA batteries.